clearly Yehuda holds, and it's an old esrog, you know it's going to be very dried out. And still he says kosher. So the Gemara says, Tiyufta the Rava, Tiyufta Rava is upgefrekt. He's totally, whatever you call it, he's knocked out. And therefore we're coming out. Rabbi Yehuda holds, nothing has to be beautiful, nothing. So the Gemara has a few questions on that. It says, it doesn't have to be beautiful. Well, not time, we went to the Mishnah. A York Karsi, it's Essex green like a leek. Rabbi Meir Machshav, Rabbi Yehuda Paisel. Rabbi Yehuda says Paisel. Am Yishuv the Bayad. It's not because he needs the Essex to be beautiful. The Gemara says, Lo, Yishuv the Gomer it's not fully grown. Tashma, another proof. Shir Essekat, the smallest shir of the Essex is. Rabbi Meir says, Kagos like a walnut. Yehuda Eimer, Kibetz like an egg. Lam Yishuv the Bayad. It's not because the Yehuda holds has to be beautiful, it needs to be a little bit larger. Lo, no, it's Yishuv the Gomer the fruit is not fully ripe. Tashma being another raya, you're wrong. The Gadol talks about how big a Essex could it be. Enough you go hold two of them in one hand. Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yisrael says, no, if you even one, they hold in two hands, a much larger amount. But you see, Rabbi Yehuda holds it can't be so large. In my time, what's the reason? Lav Yishud by Hadr is not because he needs it to be beautiful. The Gemara says, no. Even though since Rabbah says, Lulav b'yamin v'esig is small, Lulav has to be in your right hand, esig in the left. Zim de mechalfel, there are times you might switch it as you pick it up. Wrong hand. Vasilav v'chin, you'll come to flip it. Vasilav psuling, as you're flipping it, you might drop it. So we don't want everything being so large. You want to be able to fit nicely in two hands. Okay, so Yehuda doesn't hold anything other. Yehuda does say other in the Torah. What do you do about that? Gemara says, that's to teach us Hadar Bilanim Yishan Lashana. You know why it's called a Pri-Eitz Hadar? It doesn't say it's an esrog. How do you know Pri-Eitz Hadar is an esrog? Because it says Hadar. It says Hadar. Something that lives on a tree from year to year. So the esrog is one of the only fruits that lives on a tree year to year. That's how we know it's an esrog. This is where we're up to right now. We're up to Shela Shera V'Shel Ir Nidachas. So just to take a look back at the Mishnah, just to see the inside. So the first thing was Lulav HaGozl V'Yavish, Pasol. We spoke a lot about that. That's a Tanakam Shita, not Rabbi Yehuda, about the Yavish part. Rabbi Yehuda's Yavish is good, but our Tano's Yavish is Pasol. The next part of the Mishnah says, Shela Shera V'Shel Ir Hanidachas. A lulav that comes from an asherah tree or from an ir anidachas is pasal. Now, why is it pasal? What's wrong with these things? So when we learned the Mishnah, asherah can mean one of three things. Okay, one of three things. One is a guy actually worshipped a palm tree, a date palm tree. So and you take a lulav from that tree. That's a lulav from a tree that was served as a avodah zarah. That's one option, like real mamish asherah. Option two is a guy took a lulav and he made a broom out of it, and he swept in front of the avodah zarah. He serviced the avodah zarah with his lulav. That's another way a lulav can be used for avodah zarah. And the third way one is you do some sort of service with it. You throw a lulav, you throw it something you hit a javelin throw. And if you know about Olympics, they still have the javelin throw. And I was growing up, they had the javelin throw. That you throw it, they still have it. You throw this lulav, and you throw it at the avodah zarah. Different ways. What? Sweeping is more like cleaning up and for beautiful. It's a service. You throw it, and it's to the avodah zarah. It's more like a way of being oived avodah zarah. These are all different ways how a lulav could be shel asherah. Okay, different ways. And the Mishnah says it's pasal. And Ir Nidachas is a city that went off the derech. City, pretty much, most of the city went off the derech. People said, get into avodah zarah. And the luck is you burn up the whole city. So those were the cases where it was possible. Now the Gemara discusses it a little bit further. The Gemara discusses it like this. Shel Asherah v'Shel Ir Nidachas, from an Asherah tree, or you worship it with an Asherah tree, or you threw a spear at it, you threw a lulav at it, or of this city that went off the derech. The Gemara starts off with a kasha, a question. Frek the Gemara, the Shel Asherah pasal? Is this true that a lulav from an Asherah is pasal, from an Asherah tree? Now the reason why it's called an Asherah, they say, is because it means a lashon of eish. It's something that's disgusting, this thing should be burnt up. It's one of the pshat they say in Asherah.
Are you supposed to burn it?
What? Are you supposed to burn it? Yeah. So we'll see. Very good. We'll see in 1 second. I'm waiting for the Gemara for that part. The Shel Asherah pasal, you cannot use A lulav from Asherah tree is possible. I Rava. Rava says lulav shel avodah zara. A lulav of avodah zara lo yitol. He should not take it. V'imnotal, but if he did take it, kosher. Whoa. Okay. First of all, Rava says, now why is Rava being asked our Mishnah? Mishnah is a Tana. It's not so much asking on, it's more like, we know Rava says what he says. Nobody argues on Rava. And we have a Mefurish Mishnah. So this has to fit well. Okay. What's Rava saying? What's the Mishnah saying? Again, what are the words of Rava? Lulav shel avodah zara. A lulav that's from avodah zara. Lo yitol, don't take it. Why not? Why can't you take it for your mitzvah? It's disgusting. Use for avodah zara? Can you use that for your dalaminim? It's mamish disgusting. But because it's only disgusting, it doesn't mean it's puzzle. So he ends up, if the guy did take it, it's kosher. What does that mean? How bad is this thing? Why? Don't take it in the first place, but if you do take it, so let's explain what Rava holds. What? Right, so Yavish we saw a little bit according to one way of understanding. But Yavish is much more of like, is it nice or is it not nice? So we said in relative to Adu Love, maybe it looks nice. But if something's from Avodah Zarah, it's from Avodah Zarah. There's no two ways to slice it. So it's Avodah Zarah. What's going on over here? So something that was served for Avodah Zarah, that was used for Avodah Zarah, all these types of things, they're called Isurei Hana'ah. You're not allowed to get Hana'ah from something that was used for Avodah Zarah. Okay, there are a lot of things in life that are usher to eat, but there's some things that are even usher b'hana'ah. Avodah Zarah, it's on the highest levels he's serving. It's like chametz. Usher b'hana'ah. Mamish. Stay far away. Okay, what about doing a mitzvah with something that's usher b'hana'ah? How do you view using something that's usher b'hana'ah for a mitzvah? Is that called getting hana'ah? Is that called getting benefit? So there's a very famous phrase. Not everybody holds of it. I think there are machlokes tanoim about it. Could be amaroim, but it's a very more well-known phrase. Mitzvahs lav lehonas nenu. Mitzvahs were not given for our benefit. It's not geschmack to do a mitzvah in terms of a bodily benefit. The reason why we do mitzvahs is because we're an eved and we serve our master, which is Hashem. Obviously, we'll gain in the next world, and I'm sure there's some rewards down here, or primary rewards in the next world. L'maisa, it's not a bodily enjoyment. There's no benefit. Mitzvahs lav lehanasinu. They were not given for our benefit. They're given to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Rava says, I don't care if a lulav from Avodah Zarah is aser b'hano. You're not eating it. You're not sweeping up your house. I'm doing a mitzvah with it. Doing a mitzvah is not a problem. Is it disgusting to choose for your lulav? Yes. It's disgusting. You should not do it. If a guy did it in Noto, kosher, it's kosher. That's Rava's thinking. And the Gemara is asking, our Mishnah seems to say it's completely osir. Shel Asherah, you have an Asherah tree, you ripped off a branch, it's pasul. Says Rava, Lusha Zara, it's not pasul. You shouldn't do it in the first place. If you did it, it's not so bad. So the Gemara wants to know, how does Rava fit with our Mishnah? Could he fit? That's a kasha. The Gemara answers, yes, there's a big difference. Hacha ba'ashera de Moshe askinon. Our Mishnah is talking about a very specific Asherah. Asherah de Moshe. That's askinon, that's what we're dealing with. The Kesuse Michtas Shiurei. Kesuse Michtas means, completely smashed, disintegrated, pulverized. Michtas, Kesuse Michtas Shiurei means its amount, its sheer, its how much it has to be, is completely destroyed. Mamish, because it needs to be burned. What's the Gemara's answer? There's a specific Asherahs which are much worse than any other Avodah Zarah. When Klal Yisrael, we learned about this in Navi, in Yoshua. When Klal Yisrael came into Eretz Yisrael, they were commanded very specifically to wipe out all the 7 nations of Canaan. Le'sechai kol neshama. Nobody could survive. And the reason why, Hashem knew they'd be a bad influence, and they are completely bad for us. Every person has to die, men, women, and children. It was not easy on Klal Yisrael, and they actually did not fulfill it 100%. They couldn't do it. Very hard to kill babies, kill tons of people, especially when you're in control. Let them pay taxes. They're not going to have influence on us. They didn't kill everyone out. They were supposed to. One of the things they had to do was they had to destroy every single Avodah Zarah. Every single one. Take a look at your Torah or Hashalim, bottom left of your Gemara base. Just to show you one pasuk. This is coming to Eretz Yisrael for the first time. V'nitatztem es mizbechesim. You should destroy their mizbeachs. V'shibartem es matzevasim. You destroy their matzevat. Another type of mizbeach. V'asherehem tisifu beish. That's the one we need. Their asheras, the trees, you should burn in fire. Upsile alehem tegadeon. You should cut down their forms of gods. V'ibadatem eshmam nemakom. You should eradicate their name from that place. There's a specific tzivui. Any asher tree in the times of Moshe when they came in. Now, granted, it wasn't Moshe that went into Eretz Yisrael. Moshe died, but it was commanded to Moshe that when Yeshua comes in, you destroy the asher trees. Our Mishnah is talking about the asheras that they initially encountered in Eretz Yisrael. There's a specific mitzvah, not that they're aser b'anda, much more than that. You have to burn it, and the rule is something that has to be burnt has no shear. A lulav has to be 4 tvachim. If you don't 4 tvachim, it's pasul. Because it needs to be burnt and incinerated, it's considered like the lulav is not around. It's not here. You're showing me a lulav that's 4 tvachim. It's not a lulav that's 4 tvachim. It's kisarf dami. It's completely burnt up. So the Gemara wanted to know, how could our Mishnah say Asher is pasul? Rava says lulav avodah zarah is okay. No, Rava's talking about a classic lulav shel avodah zarah. It's aser b'ana. The Mishnah is talking about the Asher when it came into Eretz Yisrael. They had to eradicate and burn down everything. It's kesarif dami. It's like it's burnt, and you can't be Yetzir mitzvah lulav with that Asherah tree. And the Gemara brings a proof. Daikanami. It's also very meduyik. It fits very well in our Mishnah. Why? The Ketani for our Mishnah says, Dumyo dir nidachas. What's the case Asher is with? Ir nidachas. What's the halacha of ir nidachas? The Torah says, you take all the loot of the city, all the stuff, you take it to the center of the city and you burn it. It's a chiyuv to burn it. Because it has to be burnt, you also don't have a lulav. I don't care if I see it, it has to be burnt. So they're very similar to each other. Your classic lulav avodah zarah, you don't have to burn, you just can't get enough from it. This one, Moshe, is like Ir Nidachas, must be burnt. Shema Mina, we have a proof from here that our Mishnah is good and it's possible 100% the lulav of the Asherah tree. Yeah. Yes. Ir Nidachas all the time. Asherah is just during the times of Moshe.
Why would you make a blanket statement just?
So she's asking a question. Things have changed. Why is the Mishnayos? They ask these questions. Lots of Gemaras like that. Why over here? Either, first of all, they can still be around. Maybe. Even times the Mishnayos, they didn't get rid of all of them. Maybe there was one around. I'm not sure. I don't even know how you would know. I heard the question. Why would the Mishnah tell us things that are not so... there is a concept of... can they literally get schar for darshaning and learning these things? But I'm not sure. It's a good question. Okay, we move on to the next part of the Gemara, and that is Niktam Roshei. Niktam Roshei, we'll go back to the Mishnah. There were two cases that started off, second line of the Mishnah. One was Niktam Roshei, and one was Nifritzu Olav, and they were both pasul. What does Niktam Roshei mean? Literally, it means its top is cut off. Top is cut off. Just to show you a picture, what it means Niktam Roshei, if you go to the back of your Gemara, see a picture of it. It's on page Lamed Vav in your pictures. And we're going to go to picture Daled. There is a machlokes what it means. We're going to go to picture Daled on page Lamed Vav. And if you look, the top of the leaves are chopped off. So you see picture Lamed Vav? Sorry. Page Lamed Vav, picture Daled. If you look at the tops of the leaves, a lot of them are cut off. If most of your leaves are cut off, the lulav is pasul. Some say the main important leaf is the top center one. Overall idea is you have tops of the leaves that are chopped, and it's pasul. Why is it pasul? It's not hadr. It's not beautiful. Okay, it's not beautiful. I hear. Kli Reisha means its top. Its top is all the leaves that are on top. The top of them, top of the thing. Here. So that is Niktam Reishay. And it is possible because it's not beautiful. Says the Gemara. Amar Rav Huna. Says Rav Huna. Loi Shanu. They did not teach that a Niktam Reishay is possible. Elo, rather, in what case? Which specific case? Niktam. It was literally cut off, says Rav Huna, like the Mishnah says. Avul nistak kosher. If the leaves split, I should have brought the lulav, but should bring it up next time. If the leaves split, it's kosher. Take a look at a picture of a nistak. It is on page Lamed Ches. Page Lamed Ches. Picture Chav Daled. Picture Chav Daled. The top of the leaves are not cut off, but the leaf is split. You see they're showing you the middle leaf? It's split down the middle. Every leaf of the lulav is 2 leaves. Every leaf of the lulav is 2 leaves. This stock means split down the middle, not cut on top, not chopped. It means cut down the middle. So this stock means split. Okay? If it's split, it's kosher. So Rav Huna says, don't get confused. When we say cut, we mean chopped off the top. We don't mean chopped downwards, where the lulav is split. So the more asks the question, the nistak kosher? Is taka nistak kosher? Tell me it's fine? Well, Tanya, we learned in the Brisa. It's going to bring down a bunch of lulavim that are puzzle. One is a lulav kafuv, a bent lulav. Take a look at this picture of a bent lulav. There's 2 options. Chafei and chavav. Page Lamites. Picture chafei and picture chavav. If you look at picture chafei, the leaves themselves are bent. You gotta look closely. I couldn't see it at first. Look at the top. The actual leaves are bent, while in picture chavav, the whole thing is bent. What? Like a kneppel, yeah. You say a kneppel. Okay? Kneppel might be something else. Kneppel might be where it's the top. As a shtickle, yeah. Yeah. So, you see that? Either the leaves, just the leaves are bent, like of a hunchback. Some has a hunchback. Or the whole shedder and the leaves are bent over. That's called kafuf, which is bent. A lulav that's bent. The next one, keep your hand by the picture, is kav, it's thorny. Next one is thorny. Take a look at a thorny lulav. Picture chav ches. There's thorns coming out of the shedder. Okay? That's a thorny lulav. The third one is saduk. Okay, it's another case is split. And akum daimel lamago. Another case is curved like a sickle. Take a look at this picture here. Picture lamed. Picture lamed is curved like a sickle, and a sickle is picture lamed aleph. Picture lamed aleph is a sickle. It's how you cut down wheat, stuff like that. And lamed is a lulav similar to a sickle. All these types of lulavim, the Mishnah Brisa says, puzzle. It's puzzle. What? If it became like that? It sounds like it happened from its own growth. That's what it sounds like. A lot of them. Yeah. So whenever you buy a lulav when you buy a lulav dalminim, one of the first things you should do, and very rare to get a real bent one, you take the lulav and you hold it like this, always. Whenever you pick up a lulav, most people pick it up like this. You're really supposed to put it like this and see if the lulav droops or stays somewhat up. Nowadays, they usually are fine. And that's one of the things you do lulav. You go like this. Just make sure it's. So we have a few cases. We got the cuff of the bent one. You have the thorny one. You have the sadik, the split one, and the curved like a sickle. All these lulavim, the Brisa says puzzle. The Brisa is going to continue. We already have our question. Our Rav Huna just said a nistak is kosher, and now we have a Brisa that a nistak is puzzle. So we'll stop over here.
and we'll see the rest of the Gemara. Gemara continues. We're enough for that question.